Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new read and review series on Origins, a book from Boom Studios I have been mega excited about reading. As soon as this book was allowed to be put on my pull list, it was. This book has been on my radar for so long, purely because I'm a big fan of the post-apocalyptic kind of stuff, and the kind of vibes that the cover gives me here. That's what I'm looking for, and I've just been excited from day one since I found out about this book. Cannot wait to get into it. So, this is a read and review series. This is the first issue of 6, and I think that'll be it. It'll just be a 6-issue story, because originally this was supposed to come out as a graphic novel, but due to COVID and all that kind of stuff, I think Boom scrapped that and decided that that it might make more sense to do it as a issue by issue kind of thing. So a monthly run for 6 months, which is going to be great. The gist of Origins, for anyone who hasn't heard of it or know what it is, by my understanding, it's set about 1,000 years in the future, and all human life is gone, and it's kind of overthrown by, well, not overthrown, but ruled and walked amongst by robots, I hope. And what they do, well, I don't know if they do it, but something brings back an adult male human. And I think it's either up to him, or he gives himself the goal to bring all of humanity back. That'll be really interesting to see how they do that in 6 issues. Will it feel too rushed? Will it be scientifically legit, and stuff like that? So that's something I'll be looking for throughout the whole series, not necessarily this book. What I'm expecting from this book is a good introduction to the world, the characters, and that's pretty much, and where can we expect it to go, pretty much. Okay, I'm going to open this. First time opening this, by the way, really excited to get into it, and we will get into who's done what. So what job was whose, okay? So, so this book was created by Arash Amel, Lee Krieger and Joseph Oxford. The script was written by Clay McLeod Chapman. This is the first time I've read anything written by him, but I understand he's pretty acclaimed, pretty good writer. Art by Jakub Rebelka, and colours by Patricio De Pelce. I hope I've said that right. And letters by Jim Campbell. There are a load of other names in the credits here, but those are the main ones. How this is going to work, how this read and review series is going to work, is I am going to read this live right now. I'm going to time-lapse it so you don't have to watch me for 20 minutes. And then I will give my live and honest reaction to the book of what I initially thought. I'm not going to spend all this time looking into things. I'm just going to go off. How did it make me feel? Did I enjoy it? That's going to be pretty much it. If you have the book and you haven't read it yet, pause it on the time-lapse, give it a read, and then join me afterwards, and you can see if you think the same as me. If you do, great. If you don't, great. That's fine. Let me know in the comments, and we'll talk about it. If you have already read it, I hope that we all like it, or I hope we have similar opinions. And that's it. But pretty much I'm going to get into it now. I'm going to start reading, and then I'll let you know what I thought. Alright, here we go. Well, there we go. I finished reading the book. Pretty good. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So, we don't actually know what era or century or whatever this is set in. All we know, the book jumps back and forth between a couple of times and just says then and now. So we don't know when it's set, but it's definitely in the future. It starts off showing you some apocalyptic kind of scenes where there's been a lot of trees and growth around cities. I'm assuming, well, I know this is New York because the Eiffel Tower is at the start. Just said the Eiffel Tower. I know it's in New York because the Statue of Liberty is there. That's why. You've got overgrown vegetation on the bridge, going down into a subway all over the buildings, and it kind of starts off with like it feels like a child asking to be told a story, and that story is told basically how this child came to exist, how it was born, how he was found. The child's name is David. And what happens is this character on the front cover there, to me straight away looked like some sort of bird, like a bird character, robot kind of thing. But it's actually a mask. It's actually a human woman. I will get to her name later on. Chloe, her name is. Sorry, yeah. And the story goes that Chloe finds a baby skeleton, scans it with this machine, and pretty much 3D prints this baby based off the DNA that she had scanned off the skeleton. There's a whole page dedicated to the 3D printing process, made up of 9 panels, and I think it was really cool how they did that. I really like that. You get the whole process. You see the bones, the veins being created, then the muscles and kind of like nerves and things, and then it goes on to the skin and the hair, and then the baby takes like his first breath and then starts crying from there. And then we jump forward, and it's just what happened. It's just cool what happens. I mean, so both of them now, so David and Chloe, David is now appears to be like an adult, or maybe like an old teen, maybe. I would say adult. And they're kind of patrolling together. So we still don't know who Chloe is. But it seems also that David is still learning about the world, because he goes to pick strawberries, saying he's never eaten one, but it turns out it was this trap, and I don't know what it is, but it's like this kind of like infection bursts out of this fake strawberry and tries to get David, but he has gloves on and he was protected and he was fine. They're walking around again, and what you see then is like this kind of pterodactyl bird kind of thing, and Chloe manages to stop it and kill it, and after she does that, she says that the network has seen you. So is this bird a robot? You know, if you know what I mean. Like, so as soon as she's killed the bird, she's now gone. The network has seen you. They know where you are, and it makes me think, what is going on? You know, what is going on in the background? What is the network? Have they built their own AI animals to patrol the area? And then we go further on, and then we meet another character then called Cliff. From Cliff, I got a lot of C-3PO kind of vibes. For anyone who has read this, I hope you agree with me. He just kind of seems like this kind of a butler kind of character, talking about, you know, your dinner's ready, please don't let me get in between you. It seems like a very anxious, caring robot, so that's why I'm getting that kind of C-3PO vibes there. But then we go into the fact that David wants to... What does he say? He wants to go through with the upload. I don't know what the upload is, but Chloe is really worried. She says, you're not ready yet. And Chloe at the start, during when she was telling the story to the little boy, to the child version of David, she said, she would always say, your past is your future. And that has stuck with him, and he agrees. He goes, your past is my future. That's what you've always said, Chloe, and I believe you. So I want to do the upload. I want to go through with the upload. So Chloe is really worried. And what makes me think here is when she says, is he ready to face himself? Is he ready to see his past and who he was? And then it says, the old world was always unforgiving to those who could not fend for themselves, but this new world is far more hostile towards humans, towards its creator. And then you find out the creator's name was David, and he says, David was like me, and she says, yes, David was just like you. So this has left me confused. Well, not confused, but I'm pondering in a way. So to me it sounds like a man in the past called David created whatever it is that's controlling the network, and they aren't very nice towards humans. So I'm assuming they killed them all off, and it was all this David's fault. But if Chloe was saying your past is your future, is this David a direct clone? I'm not sure, because it was cloned from a baby. I'm not sure. I'm confused, but I'm intrigued. I want to know what happens, and I'm really looking forward to getting more into this. I think it was a really good start to the series. A lot of questions, but it is issue 1. That's the whole point of an issue 1. I think it starts the brain ticking. It gets you thinking about stuff, where things are going to go, what's going to happen to certain characters, and how much more of this world are we going to see. So really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, Boom Studios, for producing this book and publishing this book as well. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. It's been good. I'm going to give it some scores just based on the story and the art, and I'll do development as well. So story overall, it opens up a lot of things. So instantly we have a lot of loose ends. Why? So Chloe is a human. Why is she alive? So David isn't the first human. So Chloe, who we're assuming is the only human, is alive. Decides to bring this child back. This child back to life. So why is she still alive, and why has she done that? Who are the network, and what is going to happen to David when he goes through with the upload? Those are my questions. So I think story, there's enough there to keep me interested and to keep me going. So I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. Okay, that's story. Story is 7 out of 10. Art was very cool. It reminds some of it reminds me of the art by Stephanie Hans, who has illustrated Die. That kind of like, there's not a lack of outline, but there's very little outline. I'd say slightly watercolor-esque, and some of it might actually be watercolor. And I've never seen art like this, but it's really nice. I like it. I got on with it. It was clear to see what was going on, like the settings they were in, the buildings and areas they were in as well. It was all really nice. I am most fond of very clean lines, but overall this was good. I enjoyed it. For anyone who isn't really bothered about art, you'll have a good time. But anyone who is super picky, you might have some time adjusting to it. But I've read this for the story pretty much. But yeah, art is very nice, and it's very descriptive in itself. So art, I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10 as well. And development, like I said, lots of things have, lots of ends are now loose and are ready to be tied up. So I really like that. We learn a lot about David, but we don't learn a lot about Chloe. But I'm assuming David is the main character, and we've got Chloe, we've got Cliff, and we've got the network. So those are the 4 characters in the book. Development, as a first issue, you don't really expect a lot of development. Development comes from issue 2 onwards. So this, I'm going to give it a 6, but that isn't to reflect on the book at all. That's just because it's issue 1, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I have really enjoyed this book. Thank you very much. Boom. I'll just go through the credits. So scripted again has been by Clay McLeod Chapman, art by Jakub Rebelka, colours by Patricio De Pelce, and letters by Jim Campbell. So thank you very much everyone who was involved in making this book. Really enjoyed it. I will definitely carry on with issue 2, and you will see another video from me. Please make sure to follow me on all the socials. So on Instagram and Twitter, you can just follow me at Scott Shelf, and please make sure to subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell, send it to your friends. Let me know what you thought of the book. Do give a comment. Let me know what you thought. If you didn't agree with what I thought, great, let me know. If you did, great, let me know. But this has been a really fun time. I've had a good time reading this. I think the excitement has been worth it and worth the wait. I've really enjoyed it. Love an apocalyptic style kind of thing, and I'm really looking forward to reading more. So thank you very much. I will see you next month for issue 2 of Origins, and that'll be it from me. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.